What's happening, everybody? It is Thursday night, time for another episode of the Thrifty Business. I'm your one host, Vegas J, and with me yet again is my new host, Robyn Haas. How are you, magical unicorn?
I'm good.
You forgot the second line in your lower third there, magical
unicorn. The little magical unicorn.
Tonight, man, we got a fun guest tonight. We're going to talk about all kinds of different aspects of making money. It is Glen Zubia. Hello, Glen. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am great. All right, Glen, you have not seen my show before, but we start the top of the show with a segment where I try and match up rum and tiki mug to my guests. So let's get that going, shall we?
Oh, nice.
Time for Tiki Talk. As I just said, each week I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug. I could not figure out a rum to match up with you, but since it was Talk Like a Pirate Day this week, I decided to go with some pirate rum. This is Pirate's Fire rum from the Bahamas. But, Glen, where do you live?
El Paso, Texas.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Who's froze? Me? Are you there, Glen? Come in.
Yes, I'm there. I'm from El Paso, Texas.
Which is right next to the border for Mexico. And so I do have one tiki mug with a sombrero.
Nice.
I am loving that.
So I think I've not used this before. So, you know, it's kind of cowboy hat, kind of sombrero. So for you, I figured that would be the perfect mug.
Nice.
It's a good rum. And this is made by my favorite mug maker, Monk Tiki. If you find anything Monk Tiki, M-U-N-K-T-I-K-I, in the thrift store, good money, pick it up, do it up in a basket. So that is your little bonus tiki tip. All right, we're going to say goodbye to Glen for a little bit. We'll see him after the segments. All right, now it is time for our scores of the week. Well, Robyn and I will share with you the cool stuff we sold this week, give you some bolos, be on the lookout for things you should be buying. Let's see, who did I have start? Oh, I'll go this week. All right, so, you know, I love the hat section, and I love when I find a hat, I have no idea what it is, and it was $1.99. Anything that says the goddamn gallows on it, it felt like it was worth $2 to me. And it was only up for maybe a month and a half, and it sold for $30. It is a band, not a big band, but hey, a good $2 gamble turned into $30. Eddie Bauer, not an exciting jacket, but it's an Eddie Bauer Weather Edge. It's a waterproof jacket, and it's XXX. And I spent $6.99 on it, and I sold it for $50. It was up for a while. Am I sounding robot-y? Okay. I will finish my scores, and then I will refresh. It is a collectible shirt from the Disneyland Tiki Room, and I spent $33 on this, and I sold it for, yes, ladies and gentlemen, $275. And last but not least, category, this is the soundtrack to the video game of The Punisher, performed by the Slovak National Radio Symphony, something that none of you would probably pick up, but I like to pick up the weirdest stuff. I picked it up for $6.99, and I sold it for $50 this week.
That is awesome.
So those are some good scores. All right, so people say I'm good. I sounded pretty good. So, yeah, we're having this weird thing where sometimes Robyn's a robot, sometimes I'm a robot. If you hear that, just let me know in the chat. I keep an eye on it. And if either one of us has to refresh, we will refresh. And hey, Robyn, you're up with your scores.
Okay, so this is Polo by Ralph Lauren. Jim and I do really well on our sports coats. So we took best offer, $60. And they paid for shipping too. And just a key, like a little tip here, make sure that on this particular pattern that you not only put houndstooth, that you also put window pane. And it is a big deal about the 3-button. A lot of guys like the 3-button. So yeah, that was a great thing.
Very nice.
And also we turned the jacket inside out too, just to let you know. We also show. Okay, so this was a fun one for me. Picked it up for like, I think $2. This was in Vegas with Jason on one of his, let's jump in his truck and let's go. So he missed the hat section. Uh-oh. And so I picked it up and then I sold it for like $30 plus shipping.
Okay, so I told you when you sent this to me, I was going to give you a little tip on selling hats.
Yes.
When your first shot is the straight on shot, it tends to flatten it out. I very much like this three-quarter view shot. And if you would back up just a little bit, you see the curve of the brim a little bit better. Plus, this hat has grumpy over to the right. So this is your opening shot. You want the customer to see closer to them. So this should be your opening shot, and then just back up a smidge so you can see the whole hat.
Okay, that's cool. That's good advice.
And what is this?
Oh, I don't know. Where am I? Oh, okay. So this is kind of fun. I was digging through, like, everybody knows Jay's tip, right? About going to the stuffed animal area, the plush area, and like literally dig through and try to find the crazy stuff. So this was like half a bear connected to a blanket. I was like, what? But it's brand new with tags. So it's called the Okie Dokie, and it has this cute little thing, thank heaven for little girls. And I sold it for literally what you see right there, almost $40 plus shipping. And it went to a baby shower.
You do the okie dokie and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
Okay, yeah, this was a fun one too. This was also with Jason on one of our hauls, this time with Jimmy Boy. That's the hubby. And he picked this up, and we weren't sure if it was going to work or not. And this was, I think, at a Savers. And I think we paid like $2.99 or something. So we finally got it out of our storage unit, and we tested it, and it worked. And so this thing actually went to Japan. So and they paid economy, parcel post, and it went. So yeah, and they were very happy with it.
All right, you have seen our scores now. It is time for our duds of the week, brought to you by WorthPoint. If Robyn and I used WorthPoint, we probably wouldn't have these duds. WorthPoint is the largest resource for identifying, researching, and valuing antiques, art, and vintage collectibles. Don't let our mistakes be yours. So you're up first, Robyn. This one's kind of funny.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think I actually own these. I think they're mine. Yeah, because I'm a girly girl, as anybody can tell. And I think I remembered on one of Jason's old shows talking about makeup bags and grouping them up. So I did, and this thing's been up there forever. So this is an old listing. As you can tell, I'm using a white towel versus, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. But I took like best offer on this thing. So like, I think I had it for like $12, and I took 9 plus free shipping, which cost me like, I think $2.90 to ship. So I don't know. I mean, it's not too much of a dud because it was my stuff, but I don't know. I don't think I'd pick them up again. So.
Well, the funny thing is, you sent this to me as your dud. I just listed one of these. So it might be my dud next week. Who knows?
Oh, oh dear. Oh yeah. Okay. So as most people know, I'm a scrapbooker. So I found this like at a garage sale for like 25 cents. It was sealed. I like got excited and I thought, ooh, this will be a big, yeah, no, it's not a big seller. The problem is because of the 12 by 12. It's really hard to ship because the thing is, you don't want to like put too much in the shipping, but as it was, she paid economy, and I think it still cost her like $12 or something. It was ridiculous. Because you have to make sure that they don't bend, and so you have to like oh God, it was a nightmare. So I took best offer because I just wanted it out of my store. Yeah, I wouldn't do this again, and unless I had maybe like a 3-pack, then you can probably get a a better deal on that. Plus the fact that it's black, like it's boring.
See what I'm holding here?
Oh, what is that?
That is an LP mailer, which would be nice for a 12 by 12 thing.
Oh, see? Okay, so
and if you would have used Smart Post, it definitely wouldn't have been that much money. So.
Okay, see, so like, you know, I'm a fairly new seller. I've only been selling for 2 years. So shipping is like.
We're gonna get you squared away, my dear.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for my duds.
Ooh, I love that.
Because I sold it. It is new with tags and unworn. And then when the buyer got it, they said, "Hey, this has been worn." And I'm like, send it back, because you can send it. You know, I take returns on anything, but I sent it back. I even asked my female assistant. I go, "Is this look worn to you?" And she's like, "Nope." So I sold it again, and you know, overall, I've lost money on this deal by the time all the smoke clears, shipping back and forth. But it's finally gone, so I'm happy. Goodbye. Good riddance to this bra. Oh, and then my other dud is actually here in my office. You know, this is the actual Frosty the Snowman. It's made by Gemmy, Gemmy. Write that down. It's a great brand. Any stuff made by Gemmy in regards to old classic Christmas stuff, especially the Rankin Bass stuff, sells really good. Here's the problem. He don't work. And I couldn't test him in the store because he's screwed shut and I didn't have any batteries. Okay, right now his legs are supposed to be going back and forth, and they're not. And as you can see, these are all three of these are supposed to be lit up, but only one is. Oh, look, he spins it. See, this would be very fun if it all works, but only half of it works. And then you'll see his little hat action here in a second. Oh, look how cute. So this is a winner if it works fully. And if it works fully, it's like a $50 item at Christmas. But if only half of it works, it ain't really worth it. So luckily, Vegas thrift stores let you return stuff. So I'm going to return it and get my money back.
Nice.
All right. We've done our scores. We've done our duds. Now it is time for Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind, where Robyn and I tell you funny, crazy, weird, angry stories of customers or things in the thrift store that were good fodder for the show. So, Robyn, you are up first.
Oh, okay. So this was a trip that I think Debbie and I took last year. Anyway, it was or a year and a half ago. I can't remember, but it was the first time that I went to Savers in Vacaville, because it's the first store that opened in our area. So I met her in Vacaville. We went to Savers. We had a great day. Found a lot of stuff for the haul, and we decided to go to her friend's coffee shop because if anybody knows me, I'm a total coffeeholic. So we were standing in line and I kept hearing my name, and I kept looking at Debbie like, what? And she's like, it's not me. So I turn around and it's my girlfriend, Cora, who lives up in Colorado. So this is actually off of her wall. These are photos that she took while I was standing in line, while she was calling my name. So it was kind of fun just to turn around and be like,
you just ran into a friend in Vacaville that you didn't know was there?
Yeah, totally didn't know. Her husband is a musician, and so he was there for a show. And so she decided to come into this little coffee shop, which was really awesome. And I kept hearing my name, Jay. I was like, what, Debbie? And she's like, it's not me. So I turned around and there's my girl taking photos.
Nice.
So, yeah.
All right. Mine is very sweet and to the point and just like, are you shitting me kind of thing. I had my headphones on. I was listening to a podcast, and there was an employee standing between me and this gentleman. And I paused my headphones because I'm like, did I just hear what I thought I heard? He asked the employee, are all these clothes used? Now, mind you, we're in a thrift store.
Oh,
and
dear.
He said, yeah. And he said, you don't say. And I'm just like, I'm looking around. I'm like, is Ashton Kutcher going to come out? Like, what's happening right now? Are all these clothes used? What a jerk. All right. All right, now it's time for our Thrifty Tip of the Week, and that is brought to you by Stamps.com Postage on Demand. Whoop. Stamps.com's online postage service enables small businesses, enterprises like me and Robyn and all of you, and online retailers to print U.S. Postal Service approved postage with just a computer, printer, and internet connection right from their home or office. I use it almost every day. is such a lifesaver for when I'm sending stuff to friends and family and people who I'm selling things to, not directly through eBay, like Facebook and other stuff. So I love stamps.com. All right, so here's my thrifty tip of the week. Here we are back in Savers. Actually, same one where the guy said, are all these clothes used? They have a bunch of end caps, and end caps are the things at the end of the aisles. And Savers does have some new items. Not a lot, but a little bit. And they're selling these socks. They're like winter wool socks, new. And I knew they were there, and I have no use for buying new wool winter socks from Savers because they're priced at retail, and they're nothing big. But if you look in the upper right-hand corner, there's a badass vintage White Sox cap hanging on that someone had picked up from the hat section and dropped off. So my tip is, even though you know that that's an end cap you don't need nothing from, pay attention to it, though, because it might have that one thing. So this is an 80s White Sox hat. That was $2.99, and I'll probably get about $30, $35 for it. So keep your eyes peeled to even sections you don't normally look in for that thing out of place. And I actually started to look at this vacuum. I'm like, oh, is this vacuum anything good? And if you see the guy's elbow in the upper right-hand corner, it was his vacuum. And he goes, that's mine. Okay, sorry, my bad. My bad. My bad.
That's a sweet find.
It is a sweet find.
And they're so easy to ship. I love it. Okay, this is my thrifting tip. So basically this was, Jay and I were talking about, children's clothes, unless they're like a really high-end name, they're really hard to sell. And so I was doing some Pinterest, looking around in Pinterest, and I came up with this idea. So I had a vintage suitcase. I'm kind of a crafter, and I decided that I was going to do something and see if I could sell it to make some extra money, because I had all these children's clothes that I needed to get rid of, and they were like fun things with bows on and beaded and all kinds of crazy stuff. And then I threw hair stuff and masks in and stuff. And so basically I made up a dress-up kit. And I didn't sell it on eBay. I should probably try to sell it on eBay, but I did it on Facebook Marketplace. And so this total package deal, like I think I probably paid maybe $12 for all of it, the suitcase, the clothes, and then this is all my other stuff. But I think I sold it for like $60.
Nice.
So it was, yeah, right. And so like it was awesome. And it's kind of like really cool that you get to upcycle, or upcycle this, and it's easy and it's compact, and moms love it because you can stick it underneath the bed and it's done. Boom, done.
She's crafty. All right, now it is time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me, brought to you by Bubble Fast, a family-owned business providing quality shipping supplies to the online community since 1999. Bubble Fast, the internet's home for shipping supplies. So use J&A and get 10% off your entire order. And then this is where we show you what to do and what not to do. I think this week that we have both what to do's. I'll let you go first, Robyn.
Okay, so I sell a lot of men's business coats. So I just wanted to show you really quickly. Like, we bought a huge roll of dry cleaning bags off of eBay for I think like $12. Free shipping. I don't think the guy knew what he was doing. But anyway, we got like, I think it was 5,000 bags. No, I think it was like 3,000. So we just rip them off and we stick the coat in there. And then if Jay flips through the photos, I fold it over, and then I keep folding it over to make it like a sliced in half, and then another one, right? And then the thing that I learned with shipping is that some coats are thicker than others. So I just wanted to show you that we either put it in the medium flat rate or we do the regional A. The regional A is fun because what I really love doing as customer service is that when they pay for the medium flat rate, I can sometimes refund money if I use the regional A, and I get such high praise when I do that for my customers. And that's how we get our repeat customers on the gentleman's jackets. So I love it. So I'm just showing you, like, you put it in and it fits perfectly, and they love it. And then they also get to put it in their closet. So they get to use it as a way of a dust cover for their own personal use.
There you go. I love it. All right. Now, mine is one. If you've been a fan, if you've been a watcher, if you've been a follower of Thrifty Business, you've heard this probably at least once, maybe twice. I'm going to say it again because it's that perfect time of year to go over this, because we always have new viewers, and I want to go over it now. I teased this in my Facebook group, The Secret Beach. This is my tip tonight. So I'm going to see if you guys can figure out what it is real quick before I actually tell you. But before I tell you the actual tip, I'm going to show you what came in here, okay? See how big this box is? You ready to see what's in here?
Yes.
Okay, here's how big the box is. Here's what's in here.
No way. Dun, dun, dun.
That's it.
What?
That is it.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy.
All right. So the tip is you should have Amazon Prime. And if you don't, that's a different discussion for a different day. But this is the time of year that we all need a ton of boxes. I always have all the priority boxes, and I tend to have a good allotment of larger boxes, but I tend not to have a good allotment of smaller boxes. So what I do is every single thing I need for myself, like beard balm, I order it from Amazon Prime, 2-day free shipping. I wait until I see it is shipped, and then I order the next thing I need for the house. So then I order my ink for my printer, and then I wait till I see it shipped. And then I order the labels I need. And then so I just have this parade of small boxes coming to my house every single day. And so then I have all these nice, fresh, new small boxes for Q4. So
Nice.
Order everything by itself. Never order anything together, ever. Any time of the year, really. But this time of year, you can use all the boxes you can get. So order everything by itself.
That's a great tip.
All right, and now it's time for... Oops. I forgot to put the graphic up. Our eBay tip of the week. This segment is brought to you by FreeUp, the hands-on hiring platform for pre-vetted e-commerce workers. FreeUp with 3 E's is the hands-on solution to hire remote e-commerce workers. FreeUp vets hundreds of workers a week, so you get access to the top 1% of online talent whenever you need them. Sign up is free, no monthly fees, no minimum hours. Get the workers you need when you need them and only pay for the hours they work. Brenda, hey, Brenda. A loyal watcher of the show heard Nate when he was on is now on her way to building a remote empire with her team of FreeUp workers. Go to freeup.com with 3 E's to start to free up your time and scale your business.
Oh, is this mine? I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. So sorry.
Yeah.
Look, I was waiting for the cue. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to talk about Q4 and getting your store out there. And I had some graphics done by Nadine. She's in the thrifting board, and she did this amazing graphic for me right before eBay opened, because I was really trying to brand my store and really get it out there. So that's my tip, is just really kind of make your store on par, like make it exciting for the customer to come in and think like, ooh, they're professional, they're serious, you know, just to kind of put you on par with Q4, because I think customers like it when they come to the store and they can see like, wow, they're really taking their business serious and to the next level.
And a lot of people ask, and I didn't say in the last couple episodes, Nay has had some just life dealt her some shitty blows, so she's taking care of a lot of personal things, and that's why Nay's not on the show. But she is in the evenings working on her graphic design and doing awesome logos like this and the one she did for me. So if you're in need of some work, she can definitely do that, and that's why she has not been on the shows lately, but she is around. So feel free to reach out to her if you want to get some work done. All right, so here's my tip, and this is something I never really talked about. Customer from Australia reached out to me and sent me links to 5 of my eBay listings. One listing had 3 mugs, and then the other 4 had single mugs, and said, hey, how much will you sell these for? And so I came up with a price with shipping to Australia, and we agreed. And ignore that it says sold for $600. It actually sold for $140 plus $100 shipping. But I had all these other listings, and it was just so much easier to deal with one listing. So real quick, I just grabbed the 7 mugs, and if you look at the picture, my assistant's hand is eating her breakfast. It makes a cameo in it. So this wasn't like the fanciest, most awesome listing I've ever done. The title's only a lot of 7 tiki mugs, but here's the tip. Because he was in Australia when I was making this listing, he wasn't up. But I wanted to make sure no one just grabbed it by accident. So I did a $600 or best offer, knowing full well no one's paying me $600 for this. But I told the customer, here's the listing, just offer me the $140 and I will accept it. So really quick, I put it together specific for him. And I did list every mug down below, so we're all on the same page. And that way it was quick and easy. And you just mark it super duper ridiculously high. But you know what? Not so high that it's ridiculous, like $10,000. But man, if someone before him came along and gave me 600, I would apologize to my Australian customer, find him some other mugs, and make it so. Okay. You know, because I got a friend, before we get to little housekeeping, then we'll get Glenn in here. I got a friend who, his whole business, his name is Jason. Robyn's met him. He has carvers in Bali who carve tikis and art and all kinds of stuff. And his guy said to him one day, hey, you know what? We can take any picture and carve a 3D rendering of it, any flat two-dimensional picture, and carve a 3D rendering of it out of wood. It's pretty cool. So my friend Jason had a 6-foot surfboard painted by a famous tiki artist. So he took it down to his guys in Bali, and they carved a 6-foot surfboard, a 3-dimensional of all the art. And so he took it to an event we were at. I go, dude, that's amazing. He goes, I know. He goes, I don't want to sell it, but I want it in the booth to, you know, show what I can do. And so he put a ridiculous price on it and sold it in an hour. So as much as he wanted to keep it, the money he made on it was ridiculous. And so he was like, oh, well, I'll get another one done. But that's the same way. Make it kind of ridiculous, but maybe if someone buys it, not so ridiculous.
That's awesome.
I hope that makes sense. All right. So let's do a quick little housekeeping. I got 3 little tidbits to go over with you. For those of you who are not in my other Facebook group, The Secret Beach is opening in 2 weeks. If you don't know what The Secret Beach is, it is my subscription-based Facebook group. It's a much smaller group than the Thrifting Board. The Thrifting Board has 33,000 plus members. Secret Beach only has a few hundred. But what you get in The Secret Beach is monthly webinars from myself that I only do for The Secret Beach. Matter of fact, I have one tomorrow night. It's all about Halloween costumes. I've done webinars on tiki mugs. I've done webinars on Christmas CDs. I've done webinars on how to hire an assistant and what to do with them. And then we have monthly guest webinars. Secret Beach members, you don't know it yet, but your monthly guest webinar is Monday, and we're going to learn all about Poshmark. So you guys don't know that yet. Surprise, that's Monday. And then I have bonus YouTube shows. Matter of fact, Glenn's doing a bonus YouTube show for us tonight for just the Secret Beach members. And we have how-to videos, and we have a lot of fun. We've already had a party this summer in Las Vegas, and we're doing a cruise in January. So if that's something that interests you, please stay tuned to all my channels for the Secret Beach to be reopening very soon. Like I said, 2 weeks, they'll be open for new members. It's only going to be open for 2 weeks. So anybody who's in the chat right now, if you're in the Secret Beach and if you enjoy it, please let everyone know. Robyn's in the Secret Beach. And do you enjoy the Secret Beach, Robyn?
Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Would you tell me differently if you didn't?
Yeah. Oh, come on. We're best friends. I would totally tell you if it's.
I know, but I just want to make sure everyone heard that. All right.
It's amazing.
And,
it's so. Ooh.
And next week, no show. And here's why there's no show next week. I bought a Ford truck that I did not realize when I purchased it comes with a free day at the Ford Extreme Driving School up near Salt Lake City. So next Thursday, I'm going to be racing trucks through the desert, just like full open. So it's going to be awesome. But if you're in the Salt Lake City area, I am doing a class next Wednesday at one of the major Salt Lake City thrift stores. And the class is going to go from 9 a.m. to 12:30. 3.5 hours. We're going to go through each section of the thrift store. I'm going to teach you what to buy. And more importantly, I'm going to teach you what not to buy. And also, I'm going to show you all the apps you have on your phone that you should be using to help you make those decisions so you don't end up on the dud segment of Thrifty Business. And if you're in the chat live right now, I just put the link to sign up for the class. If you're watching after the fact and it's before next Wednesday, the link is down below in the description. Class is $125, 3.5 hours, and then we're all going to go to lunch and we're going to talk about what we found, tips I can give you to sell it more, and whatever you want to ask me. So that is next Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 12:30, and then we'll go to lunch someplace nearby. So if anybody's in the Salt Lake City area, or if you have a friend that could benefit from the class, please let them know. Now, last thing, and this just came to me, Robyn, as we started, I have a giveaway to Ecom Chicago. So if you're tuned in live and you want to go to Ecom Chicago, which is happening October 19th through the 21st, we're about to do a giveaway. How does that sound?
Woo!
Now do me a favor And if you can't make it to Chicago, October 19th through 21st, please don't participate because I'm about to give you a question. And the first one to answer correctly wins the free pass to Ecom Chicago. Now, if you don't win, it's $199. And here are the speakers you get. A lot of them you should know. Chris Green's going to talk all about Amazon. Cliff Enico, although a boring subject, talks all about legal stuff and stuff you need to know if you're going to have an online business. Cynthia Stein, Eddie Levine, they're all going to talk about wholesale, eBay, Amazon stuff. Hey, I'm going to be speaking there. John Lawson's going to be there. Robin Johnson, who I just did a webinar with yesterday. Stephen Peterson, who's a good friend. He does an e-com podcast. And I'm going to be doing a live Thrifty Business live from Chicago with some bonus content in it. You'll see when it happens. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Now, what's unique this year is it's always been a 2-day event. This year it's a 3-day event because all these vendors down here, FedEx, Bubble Fast, WorthPoint, Scanner Society, all these vendors are having a full day of demonstrating their product. So you get 3 days for $199. But if you enter the code TIKI, T-I-K-I, you get $20 off. So it's $179.99. But we're going to give away a pass right now to the first person to answer this question. Now, before everyone gets angry, the order I see the replies in and the order you see the replies in and the order Robyn sees the replies in, they're all different. So the order has to be the first reply I see. I will take a quick screenshot so I can prove that you were first in my eyes. So please don't get mad if you think you're first in your replies. It's who I see first, okay? Are we ready?
Okay.
So please only participate if you can go to Chicago. I've had people win events like this and then immediately email me and go, I can't go.
Oh.
Okay, don't be that person, please. Please don't be that person. Okay, this is a pretty easy one. You ready, Robyn?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
What is the tallest building in Chicago at 107 floors, 1,450 feet tall? What is the tallest building in Chicago? The first person to reply correctly wins a pass to Ecom Chicago. So let's see. Sorry, Robyn, that is not in. Okay, those are not in Chicago, people. And I still have not seen the correct answer yet. I've seen a lot of incorrect answers. Yes, Empire State Building is not Chicago. You need to go back to school. No. Boom. Lila's Life is our winner. It might have been called the Sears Tower, but it is now called the Willis Tower. So, Lila, you are our winner. Now, Lila's Life, I might know you. I don't know you by your YouTube name. Please message me on Facebook, and I will get you all squared away. And I'm going to put in my direct link to message me on Facebook. There you go. m.me/tikibug. Yeah. Yay. It used to be called the Sears Tower. Everyone is now called the Willis Tower. All right, let's get our guest in here, shall we?
Yes, please.
Oh, that's a wrong. No, wrong one. Ding dong. Oh, there we go. Hello, Glenn. What's happening, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
What's happening?
Oh man, someone just got a free ticket to Econ. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and like I said, we were going live, and the gentleman, Rich and Nyla, the husband and wife who run the event, they're like, "Oh, hey, give away a pass." I'm like, "Okay."
Nice.
So there we go. But hey, let's real quick. Empire State Building in Chicago. You people need some help on school. I'm going to talk to your teachers in high school. Come on now, Empire State Building. What's happening? All right, Glenn, what's happening? You know, you were not on my radar until last week, until we had Young on, and then Robyn's like, we should have Glenn on. I'm like, okay, let's have Glenn on. So give us the quick 60-second Glenn bio, and then we'll get into really what you do. Who are you? Are you married? Blah, blah, blah. Where are you from? That kind of stuff.
Okay. My name is Glenn, and I'm a graphic designer from El Paso, Texas. I started selling on eBay in the year 2000. I was just doing like a little off and on here and there. And then I got serious about eBay once I had like a bunch of student loans after I graduated from college. You know, I got like I got like that, job everybody wants. You're a full-timer, you got the career, and then I had a whole bunch of loans. I was like, man, how am I going to pay this off? So I got serious about eBay and went to garage sales, swap meets, eventually thrift stores. Then I started adding a whole bunch of other stuff in there, Ross stores and pawn shops, and I don't know what else. So right now I'm selling on eBay, merch by Amazon, a little bit FBA, and I have a YouTube channel, Hustler Hacks.
Awesome.
Nice.
Now, hang on. I got to do a little cleaning up. Come on, Juan. You are killing me. The winner won last week. Juan, why did you even participate? So, Juan, when I see you in Chicago, be prepared. I am going to punch you hard in the arm, Juan. Why would you even play? Come on, Juan. Where's my block of wood that says bang head here? You're killing me. But Moore was a close second after Juan. So, Amy, you have now won. Juan has not won twice. Amy Moore, you have won. So, Amy, I need you to message me, and you are now our winner. And Juan, you owe me a drink. The heck? I didn't realize I should have said, don't participate if you've won already. Yes, scheduled throw punch. All right. So, did you I'm sorry. I was reading all that. I didn't hear. Did you mention you're married, sir?
No, I didn't mention that actually.
Can I show a picture of you and your wife? Because I love this picture. Do you mind if I show a picture?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is awesome. This is the cutest Stay Plus Marshmallow Man costume I have ever seen.
Oh, look, that's so cute, Glenn.
Yeah, so that was our hollow wedding. So it's almost coming up, almost 1 year. So
yeah, so married less than a year. Oh, young love. But so this is what you got married in?
Well, we still went through the church. We got everything. She still had a dress, but immediately after that, we're like, we need to get into our Halloween gear. Like we can't stay all day wearing this stuff, a tux, and that's just not us. So we had to get our costumes.
Cool. Oh, Glenn, that is so clever. Good job, you guys.
That is awesome. Now, when I saw this picture originally, I wasn't stalking you. I was just doing some research for the show. At first, I didn't realize this was a wedding, but the more I was looking at things, I'm like, I don't think this is a Halloween party. I think there's something else going on here. So very, very cool. And, excited to have you on. All right, so the first thing I read about you was this article you sent me a link to, and it was basically about you got out of college. You're a youngin'. Rob and I are old. You're young, and you got out of college, and you got a job, right? You got a career. You got a job right out of college, but you realized you're like, shit, I'm $50,000 in debt from school loans, credit cards, blah blah blah. Yeah, and you started a side hustle of selling online, and you soon realized what a lot of us have realized, that, man, selling online is kind of fun and it makes some good money. And it's more enjoyable than a job where you got a boss over your shoulder.
Oh, definitely.
So what made you? So you come out of college, you're $50,000 in debt. What made you take that step for the side hustle?
Well, I've sold a little bit on eBay before, and I just wasn't serious about it, but I knew the opportunity was always there, and I just sold a couple of things once in a while. And then I had a friend too, he was getting married, and then he had sold on eBay once in a while, and he was like, why don't we just start going to garage sales? And I was like, well, how come we haven't done this before? So finally I was like, you know what, 5 a.m. every single Saturday, we're going to start going to garage sales, because I need to pay off these student loans. He needed to get ready for his wedding and pay off some other, debts that were going on. And after that, it was just 5 a.m. We're going to make sure we do this. And we're just 100% committed to it.
Nice.
And how quick did you get rolling though? How quick did did it work? Or were you buying duds? Were you having your duds of the week?
Oh yeah, I had some duds in there that I was like, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with some of this stuff. The good thing is it was with dollar fines here and there, $5 fines. But during that time, there was a lot of N64 games that people weren't really buying yet. It wasn't that market wasn't totally there. We were selling that. A lot of Coach purses too that were really popular at the time, still selling good. And we were just kind of going for those similar items, and we'd always see them and going on Craigslist, man, do they have this? Do they have that? And it took a little while, but then I started to put money away. All right, how am I going to take on these loans and really try to figure it out?
So how long did it take you to actually pay off that $50,000 loan?
So I was on like the student loans. I was like on a 10-year plan, and I finished paying it off in 5 years. So I cut it in half. So yeah, I was like 10 years. Just how am I going to do this? It just seemed like it would never go down.
Right. I love the hustle that you did. Man, that's awesome. That is so cool.
And that's a good, like, just kind of bonus tip. If you can just add a little bit to your monthly nut, whether it be student loans or Stacy and I, my wife and I, we send an extra grand every month to our mortgage because I want to be done with this way quicker than 30 years.
Oh yeah.
And we'll be done about 8 or 9 years early. So, I want to be done. So no matter what it is, if you can send a little bit more and you can structure your life where it's not harming you, so you can still pay your electricity, you can still eat food, but if you can pay that extra and you get done earlier, you can enjoy life more. Not knowing that that's not hanging over your head,
Yeah, and the wife was like super supportive too, because I was like, you were all gonna go out to eat like one time a week. I mean, during the week, none of that stuff. All of this has to like go to these goals, and with student loans, they put all your stuff in like A, B, C, D class. And like some of them have higher interest rates. And so I really started to like focus on how am I really going to do this?
That's
See,
awesome.
Robyn, I wouldn't know that because I got kicked out after my freshman year and I never went back. So, I don't know anything about student loans. but see, the side hustle can turn into a full career hustle. You don't even need college.
Right? Yeah, there you go.
Right.
All right. So here's the question on everyone's mind. Do you still have the normal daytime job or did the side hustle become the full hustle?
Oh yeah, the side hustle took over and I was like super pumped and excited. And it almost feels kind of like, I feel like guilty sometimes because I have people like, well, you don't even know how it feels, to be stuck in the office and to do this. And I'm like, I was there. I know how it felt. I just found my way out of it. By doing these extra things, which anybody else can do. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm totally inspired by you. I'm like, full time. I'm like, I watched your show, which talking about your show. So talk about how you started on YouTube, because that's like, you put a lot of content out. I mean, your viewers are getting a lot of info. And you're really honest, which I love. Just like Jason. Jason's really transparent. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about how you got started on YouTube.
So I started off and I was just kind of showing like different like shoes that I would find at Ross. And so I made a couple of videos. I got some subscribers, and then it just got super tough when I was going to graduate and I was going into the career. So I just like left the channel there and I didn't even go back. And I was like, well, maybe sometime I will. It took like maybe like 2 years later, I finally came back and I was like, you know what, serious about YouTube. And I was going to do like one video a week. And now I paid off the student loans. So I wanted to kind of go back and tell my story and where I can actually help people and, find stuff, how they can resell and also pay off their loans, especially the ones that are like similar situation.
That's awesome.
I watched a bunch of your videos as Robyn did the last couple of days. And, what's nice for you is you have this skill to really make it look nice with the artwork and everything. And I can tell, because I know what goes into doing this stuff. You go back after the fact, you add in your logo, your HH, and, so well done, sir. So nice to be able to put two sides of your brain together. Like I got my hustle and I got my schooling. I could put them both together. And so you do some nice videos, good looking graphics, very nice. So definitely everyone check out here. I'll show your website right now. It's a good time to show it since we're talking about it, because I'm assuming hustlerhacks.com, you can get to everything of your stuff from right here, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. The channel, some of the links, I guess some of like the story that I sent you, they could read that too. It was on clark.com, and some of my graphic design work too. I've done some freelance stuff for other YouTubers, so it's all in there.
Nice. Yeah, you've got a bunch of like side hustles. Like you've got a podcast with our last guest, Young. I mean, that's an awesome show. I listen to you guys all the time. So it's like, podcast is like super awesome and easy to do while you're listening. So, but I got to jump in because I was watching your videos and this is something that I don't know anything about. And I totally want to know this gig. So where did you learn all the info about sneakers and cleats? Because you walk into the store and you're like, nope, yep. Like, so tell us a little bit, give us some tips for the members of the thrifting board and the secret beats. Like, give us some tips on where we can go or how we learn what you know.
So I was just like a huge like NBA fan when I was younger. It was just like Jordan and Pippen and Bulls and all this stuff. And so I kind of learned, I mean, I was always into like the sneakers and everything. And when I started going to like these stores, I would notice some things that I already kind of knew from the past, but after a while, cleats, I was like, how am I going to learn some of this stuff? And it was a little hard. But then I noticed that on Nike especially, they have like 9-digit style codes, and on every single tag that they have, clothing, shoes, all of that, you can even do like a simple Google search or on eBay, put in the 9 digits, and it'll actually tell you what that actual model is. So it made like researching really, really easy. And I started just kind of following, well, let me look on the completed listings. Did these items sell in the last 30 days or so? What's the competition look like? How much am I getting it for? What's the profit? So started just kind of like learning them as I went. And even some people, I was telling them, you can take some pictures of certain shoes. Hey, I already saw that one. So you can kind of skip over it next time or double check things. So it got easier over time, but you're going to see a lot of the same stuff over and over again.
Did you?
Nice. Okay.
Were you into sports and growing up in high school and stuff? Did you actually wear cleats ever?
No, I never played soccer or football. I played basketball for like 3 years.
The reason I asked that, and I was hoping that was the answer, like I never carried a purse or wore a bra, but I sell those things, and so you don't have to ever have participated or used a product as long as you know it. As long as you get skilled in it, because I only sold Glenn. I only sold music and media online for like the first 7 years of my career. I never looked at anything else. Yeah. And then one day I'm standing in this thrift store, and it was a really big one here in Vegas, and I'm like, man, there's a lot more shit in here than just music. So I started looking around, and what I always tell people who are new to thrifting, go to your clothing size and start there, because if you buy some duds, the worst you got is some extra clothes to wear. Now, speaking of, I wore this shirt just for you tonight, sir.
Oh, nice.
So your name is Hustler Hacks. Yep. I thrifted this badass shirt, and this is my merit badge for superb hustling.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome. That's cool.
Oh, man.
And I'm not a huge polo fan wear, and I mean not the brand, I mean the article of clothing. Yeah. But this is so badass.
Oh, yeah.
Get my hustle on, so and it fits. So that's what I say. If you start out, if you're new at thrifting, just go to your clothing size, buy some stuff you think you can flip. And if it don't flip, you just got some extra clothes, cheap.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Yeah.
So you've had all these cleats. Have you had any desire to put some on and go play football or soccer?
I tried a pair on, and I was like, these would be kind of cool. But then I don't even know where I would wear them. So it just that quickly disappeared.
Going out to the club, I'm gonna start a trend. I'm wearing cleats to the club.
Such a nut. Okay, so let's talk about shipping for a minute. So, how do you ship your cleats? Do you ship them some of us sell our shoes and we put them in a padded envelope? I mean, cleats are a little different. So, how do you ship them?
So I usually use the USPS shoebox. You can get them free.
Oh, okay.
I set them, like 25 or 50 at a time, and they fit perfectly in there. Most of the Ross finds are brand new without the box, so they fit perfectly for that. And then a lot of the kid shoes, those fit good in the padded envelope. I've had no problems using that, so I always use that for the kid shoes.
Got it. Okay, so now you sell kids shoes. I missed that on one of your videos because I was trying to skip through to get some more content. So you sell adult and kids shoes, so like sneakers and the cleats then?
Yeah, for both.
Okay, so on the pricing on that, are they what's the difference? Are we talking, I know that I was watching one of the videos and it was like $16.99 for adult size. What are the kids normally like?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like the kid sizes, I've seen them the same price as the men's, which I don't know, like Ross, Marshalls, Burlington, they have like a weird way of pricing some things to where like I'm even kind of stumped. Like, how are they even making money on this for $16.99 for some of these treats? I'm like, what's going on? But most of the kids' shoes, they're around the same price, and they do sell for a little bit less most of the time. But also just depends on the model and all that, of course.
Gotcha.
So since you brought it up, I do want to share because, you know, we always have new viewers and you know, some people get a little confused by this box. And it's one of my favorite boxes. It is called the shoe box. It's the
nice. There it is.
And so it is, what's nice is it's tall, but the cardboard they use in this box is very thin. So it saves on weight. So you don't want to put like, you know, a crystal vase in here or anything. But it's called the shoe box. And guess what? Here's the things where people get confused. It don't have to be shoes. It don't. No. It works great for shoes, but I do a lot of tiki mugs in here because modern tiki mugs are very thick, and I just stand them straight up in the middle, peanuts on the bottom, peanuts on the side, peanuts on the top. And what's nice is this is taller than the mug, so I cut it down a little bit, and then I just fold them over. And this is by weight. That's what other people get confused on. It is not. So when people, the new sellers, they go look for the shoe box in the drop down and they don't see it, they get confused. This is, they just call the shoe box on the priority website. I mean, excuse me, the USPS website to get it. But when you ship it, you just pick whatever the weight is, 1 to 2 pounds, 2 to 3, 0 to 1. So that's your shoe box. Thin and saves on weight.
Oh yeah, I love those boxes.
Bonus shipping tips, thanks to Glen.
I love those too.
All right, so we've talked about shoes. Let's talk about merch now. Anybody new to merch? If you've not seen, we've had Chris Green on. We talked about merch on the show. Go back and watch the episodes. Merch by Amazon is where you make T-shirts to sell on Amazon, and it's great because if you have the skills, obviously Glen does. It costs no money. You just reap royalties because you upload a design, you sell T-shirts on Amazon. If you upload stuff that people will buy, the money just rolls in. It's like free. It's like free. So what's the step that took you to merch? Like you're like, I got all these side hustles going. I should add one more.
Yeah, I saw like an interview with Chris Green, and he was supposed to be talking about Q4 and getting ready for that, and he kept on mentioning merch, and I was like, he's really high on this merch thing. I was like, what's going on? And it was still like really, really new. It was only like 2 or 3 months old, and so he was like telling everybody, sign up now, and then some of the people that were interviewing him didn't even sign up, and then I signed up immediately after he said that. I got right in, and then like maybe a month or two after that, that's where they had like restrictions to get in. You know, it took a little bit longer. It was. And once I heard about it, and he was just talking about how Amazon does all the work. They print the designs on the shirts. They ship it to the customer, Amazon Prime, and you just collect a royalty. I was like, all right, what's the catch here? Like, what's the monthly fee? What's going on? Yeah. And sure enough, I was like, man, this is crazy. And you get all of Amazon's traffic. And so I just started, I actually started a little bit late because I was also in like Q4 mode. And then once it ended, I was like, I need to get super serious about merch. And I had a goal of like 100 designs a week. And I just started to like really like push them out. Yeah.
Nice.
So what, if you don't mind sharing, and if you don't want to, that's cool too. But what's been like your best week on merch, dollar wise or month, whatever numbers,
The best month was last December. I made 9,700. I was 300 away from 10,000.
So in Q4, when you're shipping shoes and cleats everywhere, you also threw $10,000 on top of everything else you do.
Yeah, that would really, really amaze me. I was like, man, what is going on? Yeah, it was crazy on last December.
Nice. That's great.
That is awesome. And hey,
I didn't really.
Everyone watching, it's when you take all the side hustles and put them together, that's when you have a nice life.
Yeah.
You got to figure them all out, right? Right, Glen? Yeah. You can't just half-pass it. Like you have figured them all out. And so the side hustles by themselves are all full hustles, but you're doing so many of them.
Yeah, and adding like YouTube in there too. But the most important thing is like you have to love all of them. Like if you don't love them, it's just gonna like tear you down, kind of like the job was doing. to where I was like, you know, like I can't do this anymore. I don't enjoy it. So when you enjoy all these side hustles, it's like you're so excited to go into like every single project.
That's awesome. That's a really great tip, actually. Passion. You got to have passion. You just have to have it.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you lose it, then it's no longer fun, and then you don't have the passion in the side hustle.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, you don't know my story, Glenn, but I was working at a job for a friend selling hot tubs, and I hated it. And I got an infection in my arm, and I was in the hospital for 5 days, and I almost died. And because of that infection, I quit and went back to eBay full time, which led me to Facebook groups, which led me to my own TV show, which led me to do this YouTube show with you. And I work longer and harder now than I ever have in my life, but I enjoy every moment of it. Every side hustle, the main hustles, I love it all. I love teaching people. I love helping people. I love making money. I just love it all. And so thank God I almost died. Really. It's a weird thing to say, but that took me to an area where I love life. I really love every moment of my day. I like getting up early and seeing who's been successful, who I've helped, what I've sold. I love all of it, man. I just love it.
Yeah, when you get those emails that like, hey, I did this because you helped me do this, like those are like that's like the best feeling in the world that not a lot of people get to get feedback from people that you helped them.
Right.
Hell yeah. All right, so here's the big question. How do you fit it all in?
I know. I know
Are there more hours in your day than mine?
Yeah, it does get a little tough. I just learned that once I get like a nice schedule going for one of them, and I feel, okay, I'm kind of comfortable in it. Like, I don't like to be comfortable. So I'm like, okay, I'm a little comfortable. I already know what I'm doing. Like, let's get into another thing that I want to see what's going on here. And then I'll try to take on that. So I try to also do like YouTube videos all at once and try to edit them all at once. So they're already ready for like the next week or two. So then I can go back into the other stuff and go and list and then go on merch.
That's awesome.
And does your wife have a normal job, or does she? I mean, a normal job. Does she do what you do, or does she help?
Well, she's helping out with the family business right now. So she works there like part-time, helping out with my parents. They have like their own shop. They do like trophies, plaques, awards. So she does that part-time. And she really wants to get more and more into like the eBay stuff. She really loves makeup and all that. So I know that.
Ooh,
yeah. So we have some training, I guess, that's selling.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah, Glenn's wife, get into eBay, sell makeup. I'll be your first customer.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, okay, so I know that Jason and I are really good friends with Stephanie. So we know that you just went down to that meetup. So how was that? Let's talk about that.
Oh man, it was so cool at the meetup to meet with everybody, with Stephanie and Heidi, who's in the chat, saying hi to Heidi. It was really cool. Yeah, it was cool because did the presentation, people had a bunch of questions, and then after that, I was just able to talk to people individually, and everybody was just super supportive. And they were like, we hadn't had a lot of people. I think it was like 50 or 60 people, I guess, that went like for their presentation.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah, so it was cool, and we had a really good turnout. And then the next day after that, or next 2 days after that, I did kind of like a private thing, going to like Ross, Marshalls, and showing them things you can find and how to do the research and everything. Kind of like how Jason does, but
yeah,
in a smaller, minimal, little way.
Yeah, and I said that to my Secret Beach members earlier. The reason I really I fell in love with you, and I was so glad you were going to be on, is, man, you just give it all away. You tell everyone everything, and people, long before you came into the side hustle, I was doing this and catching shit for it already. You're giving away all the secrets,
right?
And I'm like, I don't care. I teach people about all my tiki secrets. You teach people about your shoe, like, because there's always something new to learn, always something new to buy, and so when something gets played out, I just move on to the next thing.
Right.
There's always some next thing. There always is. It never stops rolling.
Yeah, and they still. I mean, the people still have to go out and execute. Like, you can tell them everything you want, but they still have to go out and actually find these things, list them, sell them, ship them. They have to do all the work, but you're just letting everybody know the opportunity that's there.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to put him on the spot a little bit here, Robyn. You ready?
Yeah, do it.
So I just started a Las Vegas meetup. We had our first meeting last month. We have our next meeting in 2 weeks. If you get to this part of the country, A, I'd like to take you out for tiki cocktails.
Okay,
but
awesome.
B, I'd love for you to come talk to my meetup group.
Oh man, totally. Like, and I have some subscribers too that are in Vegas, and I've been wanting to meet some people out there too. So, what do we do? I think, yeah, we went to a honeymoon, was actually in Vegas, me and my wife. So maybe, yeah, we need to go soon though, but definitely take you up on that offer. Both.
All right, cool.
offers.
And and Robyn knows this real well, so this is a good selling point. You'll get to see Vegas through Jay's way, because I'll show you all kinds of cool shit you would never see as a tourist.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Oh man, I'm pumped. Yeah.
I think a trip to Pioneer Saloon's in order, don't you think, Robyn?
Oh, absolutely. And actually, Jason, he can talk to his partner on the podcast, Young. They hooked up when you were in town.
Oh, no, we were talking about Young, but he was on last week. We don't even talk about he got all the love last week. But that's so cool that you guys do stuff together, because I've known Young for a long time. He's a great guy.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you
is.
definitely got to take him up on the Vegas thing.
Oh, yeah,
Glenn.
totally.
Yeah, and bring your wife, too, because
yeah.
Jason's wife Stacy's a love, and you're just gonna have a great time. And he really will show you the best time. I mean, the best time.
Oh,
and then plus the meetup too. You'll get to meet everybody in Vegas.
Yeah.
There's lots of people, so yeah. And then when I do my meetup, you're gonna have to come to Sacramento and come do mine.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I gotta do both for sure.
Cool. All right. Well, that is the end of the show. Thank you very much. Now, for those of you in the Secret Beach, we're doing a special show just for you right after this. So head over there. Give us all 60 seconds to go pee-pee. For those of you not in the Secret Beach, like I said, no show next week. If you're in Salt Lake City, hit me up. I'll be more than happy to get you in the class next Wednesday. And then I'll be back a week after that. And that's it. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in live. Glenn, thanks for coming on. Thanks for staying on for the next show. Mm-hmm. And we've had a great time tonight. What a great show. I mean, I loved everything. The tips tonight were great. The guest was great. Like, what a fun show. And I want to party with you, Cowboy. That's going to be a good time. And Robyn, thank you again for being my co-host this week. You are awesome. You bring such great energy, thanks. And I love you. Oh,
yay. I love you too, honey. It was awesome. It was
so
awesome.
Everyone, do me a favor.
Interview, Glenn.
Give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the show, give me a thumbs down twice. Really tell me you don't like the show, and I'll know you didn't like it that way. So this is Thrifty Business. We're out of here. Secret Beach members, head over to the other link. We'll see you in 60 seconds. Bye, everybody.